Hi girls, and welcome to a new film analysis video. So I analyze sewing scenes in movies to see if they are credible. So today I'm going to tackle the Haute Couture films with Kate Winslet and Liam Hemsworth. It's a film that was released in 2015. Well, it's not a masterpiece, but if you like sewing, there are quite a few sewing scenes that are pretty nice. Basically, it's the story of Tilly, played by Kate, who returns to her childhood village that she had to leave when she was young because there was a drama in which she was accused. Wrongly accused, so she will try to prove what really happened. Now that she's an adult and has gained confidence, she's going to try to come back a bit to get her revenge on the village. And she will somewhat change the lives of some villagers she likes, especially her mom, by highlighting them a bit, giving them makeovers because they are clearly a bit like old country folks. No look, no style, they're poor. So she will return from the capital like that, all elegant, and she will try to give them makeovers. Everyone, are the scenes in Haute Couture believable?
Well, go ahead, make them dresses. Make them believe they have class. They will always hate you just as much. Measured ribbon. You see, the central seam is crooked.
I think it would be better to start over from the beginning. Remove the pins and start again. What's going on with you?
Okay, so scene number 1, where we see her pinning some kind of beaded tulle. A fabric like that embroidered on a mannequin is totally credible. With the little pin bracelet where you put pins, there you go, to pin on the mannequin. It's much more practical to have plenty of pins at hand like that, since basically she's doing a kind of work by draping. So in fashion design, we work a lot with the fabric directly on the mannequin to explore shapes and volume. Look at the drape, so that's what she's doing there. And her mother, with a measuring tape, will come. Check. So it's a way to come and see if your lines are straight.
So there you go. She's the most beautiful girl in the universe. Oh, yes. Bye. That's it. Amazing, absolutely.
So here we see the result of the dress that looks very Dior or Christian Lacroix, depending on our references. So it's really a beautiful dress, it's very magnificent, adorned with golden embroidery like this. So really it's too beautiful, and we can see that it has changed a bit her personality because she restyled the girl from A to Z, since she was really awful at the beginning of the film. And we really see that it gives her confidence. So girls, above all, don't hesitate when sometimes you lack confidence to enhance yourself a little, to have clothes that flatter your figure and make yourself beautiful. It can really help to lift your spirits when you're feeling a bit down like that. Sometimes, whether it's self-confidence or when you're a bit gloomy, it can really help not to let yourself go completely physically. Good days and not so good ones. Dear thing, Prate, told me that it was you who made the dress she wore to the dance. Exactly. Well, I would like to order a daytime outfit from you. If possible, of course.
It's not, but you'll have to pay. Happy? And I would like a whole range of nightwear and lingerie to spice up my old marriage a bit. Thank you.
So, in this image, we can already see the vintage green monkey sewing machine embedded in the table. So they are really very beautiful machines. And you can quite easily recognize the spools from the DMC brand, which are placed in small metal boxes. So that's quite typical of sewing. And you can see that they very regularly have pins in their mouths. That's true, seamstresses. We tend to very often put pins in our mouths to have them quickly at hand. So that's completely true. Either we put them on a small pin bracelet, I can't remember the exact name, or we put them in our mouth from time to time, 3-4 pins. So that's really true to reality. And so here, in this scene, we see that the village ladies have noticed the makeover of their neighbors. So they thought to themselves, I also want to be really beautiful like my neighbor, so I'm going to see this amazing seamstress who makes magnificent dresses. Since we're still in a time where there are no clothing stores, it's the women who made their own clothes, so they made things a bit simple and basic. And if you had a bit of talent, and through word of mouth, you could quickly become successful. I think as a seamstress, if it starts to be heard that you make magnificent dresses that make women look sublime, well, there you go. So we can see that one of the villagers brings her lots of flowing fabrics like silks, organzas and chiffons. So she can make her basically nightgowns and evening outfits to be a bit sexier for her husband.
I haven't forgotten him. That's why I find it hard to leave the house. Everything I see reminds me of what I've lost. All the streets where Stuart once walked. No one remembers Stuart now. Not his friend. Not even his dad. I want to be more beautiful than all the other women, especially Esme. What do you think about that? Do you like it? If you make it, I will like it.
Another villager coming to get a beautiful dress made by Tilly. And so Tilly, that's the name of the character in the film, she takes the opportunity to look for information, since I remind you that she is there basically to have her big revenge on her past. Painful, another woman who is really completely let go, a woman not groomed, not made up, with dull colors, a pale complexion, whereas in fact, we're all a bit the same. When we let ourselves go, we're never necessarily very, very beautiful. And finally, sometimes all it takes is the right color, the right shade to highlight. So what she does is she positions different fabrics on herself. She pins them on the client to see which color flatters her, while also taking the opportunity to gather important information. And so in the scene there are quite a few elements that are quite credible, notably the rolls and rolls of fabric, a little bit everywhere. Most of the workshops the designers sketch to show the client what we have in mind. So yes, it's well done, it's realistic, and above all, it's very beautiful to see since it's set in a time where everything has a bit of charm. The sewing machines are beautiful, the spools. There is wood, there is iron. These are noble materials. It's not plastic galore like we have now.
And the jibot, rare and rare. Door, really?
And so here we have the result of the final dress, and we can see that indeed it's nothing like before. The lady is truly unrecognizable compared to before. She has a color that flatters her silhouette, that flatters her skin tone, her hair. There you go, she's a redhead, so it's perfect. This kind of color for redheads at Timbal, it's not always easy for these women to find colors that suit them, so here it's really perfect. Once again, it hasn't just changed her appearance, it has also changed her attitude. She has much more confidence in herself, and that's going to be a bit of a recurring theme in the film. She will somewhat reveal the true personality of her clients through dresses to restore their self-confidence. It's true that it's a film with sewing scenes, but it's more in service of the story. Because the story isn't really about sewing, it's just the story of a seamstress. So, in fact, while she tries to untangle the truth from the lies, from her childhood traumas, in fact, we see her sewing, we see her making dresses for the villagers, but it's not really a story centered around sewing, as I have analyzed in previous films. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and other films about sewing that you would like me to analyze. If there are any who want to know how I know all these things, well, it's simple. I worked for the House of Chanel for 6 years, so I'm well acquainted with the world of sewing. And as a result, I can tell you if certain scenes are realistic or not compared to reality. Sending you big kisses and see you soon in the next video. Film analysis.